Now they're bullying you because they feel in their mind that you're weaker. They feel that you're vulnerable. You're trauma bonded to them. They discarded you, and you're still kissing their ass, and you're still begging for them to come back. That gives the narcissist power. So it's very easy for them to bully you. It's very easy. And as they're doing that, they're out with the new supply already. And a lot of times, the new supply is laughing with the narcissist as they attack you. Talking about narcissist bullying, narcissistic cyberbullying, and tactics that these cowards, these narcissistic cowards and predators do to their victims that are vulnerable and weaker than the narcissist. When you think of the term bullying, we always go back to our childhood in school when you would get bullied by the bully. Remember, it was always the bully that was stronger than you and probably more popular than you because he or she had all that validation from their supporting cast. But oftentimes it was a traumatized child who had probably a dysfunctional upbringing, broken home. They were just pissed off, taking it out on the weaker victim, probably the same way their father was beating them up at home. So then they will come to school and beat you up. In today's game, there's cyberbullying. So we have an uprise in narcissists, psychopathic narcissists, cowards that take to the internet, type like keyboard warriors, just typing a bunch of crap, smear campaigns. These poor kids are in school. They got to deal with the bullying in school, but then it doesn't stop when the bell rings at 3 o'clock. Nah. They have to carry that home because everyone's on social media, and the bullies take to social media to continue their onslaught, to continue the harassment. These kids are growing up with this cyberbullying, this trauma. Something that back in the day didn't exist. You would get beat up, but you would have to fight. But in fighting back, it made you stronger. In fighting the bully, right? Whether you got your ass kicked or not, you got respect from the bully. And you know what? The bully, who's a coward, would actually fear the one that would stand up to him. He would. But how do you stand up to the cyberbullying, to the cyber attacks that these cowards do? It's not that easy. But you have to remember that it's all just ones and zeros. It's just text on a screen, okay? You're chatting with somebody, you're texting with somebody, and they send you a text or they make a post that you don't like or that you find insensitive. You create all these narratives in your head. You read it in the tone that your traumatized brain chooses automatically to read it as. And it ruins your day. Trust me, I know. My whole day would be ruined. Used to be on the internet forums. And some asshole would just post something there, and they would post it probably at 3 in the morning and go to bed. And then I would wake up and I would check. I'll check the forums, and there's the post, there's the reply, attacking me, saying all this crap, disagreeing with my opinion, and I would get all heated up. But nowadays, it's like I see stuff like that. It's just text on a screen. That doesn't mean I'm completely immune to it. I can still get triggered if I allow myself to, but I'm doing it to myself. It's like reading a headline on the news that you don't like, and you get triggered. Like, these people know what they're doing. They know how to write those articles and those posts to trigger you. The same way the narcissist knows exactly what to post on Facebook, Instagram, social media. They know that you're going to be looking at that, and they know that it's going to cause a reaction. They know it's going to mess you up. They may not know the extent of your trauma, because these narcissist predators are disordered and they don't actually feel the same things that you would feel. But they're still leaving their booby traps out there. They're still leaving those words, those texts, those posts. Sometimes those videos, because you can upload videos to Facebook and Instagram and leave them there and talk crap about your ex. Talk crap. Create a smear campaign. Now they're bullying you because they feel in their mind that you're weaker. They feel that you're vulnerable. You're trauma bonded to them. They discarded you, and you're still kissing their ass, and you're still begging for them to come back. That gives the narcissist power. So it's very easy for them to bully you. It's very easy. And as they're doing that, they're out with the new supply already. And a lot of times, the new supply is laughing with the narcissist as they attack you. The narcissist is showing the new supply what's going on. And the new supply that's already been brainwashed and feels like they won the prize because the narcissist chose them now, they're both laughing at you. So now, not only do you have the narcissist bullying you, but you have the new supply bullying you as well. And it's still just text on a screen. That's all it is. Now, that's not to say that some of these cases, these psychopaths take it a step further and they actually show up at your house and they actually call you and harass you verbally. We're talking about the cyberbullying. You have to remember, it's just text on a screen. It has no power over you unless you give it to it. It's just text on a screen. Okay? Now, how do you deal with the narcissist bully that is living with you? Like you're still married to the narcissist, or when your parents are the bullies and you've grown up in an environment where you're bullied for everything that you do wrong. Or when you're a child, there's nothing you can do because you don't know any better. You associate that type of behavior as love without logically putting it into words. It's just what we do growing up. That's the environment we grew up in. If it was a chaotic environment, then chaos resonates with us. That's why you see a lot of traumatized adults continuously get in and out of chaotic relationships. Logically, they know it's not good for them. But at a subconscious level, at an emotional level, it feels like home. The chaos feels like home. The drama feels like home. Having to fight for the validation of your partner feels like home. Never being good enough. The feeling of never being good enough to your partner feels like home because you were never good enough for mom and dad. So you enter these relationships not knowing that you're repeating what transpired in your childhood. And it feels so close to home that even when the world is telling you, hey, this is an abusive relationship, your wife, your husband is a narcissist. Do you know what a narcissist is? Here's a definition. Here's a link to a video. Here's a book. Read up on this. Even when the world is showing you what you're married to or what type of relationship you're in. Deep down, subconsciously, at an emotional level, it's still so hard to break free from it because that drama and that chaos is something that you also experienced during your childhood. That bullying, never feeling good enough, trying and trying, no matter what you do is wrong. And even when you do something right, you get beat up for doing something wrong. Now, that doesn't mean that in every instance that person is a narcissist. Maybe that person also grew up in a tougher environment, and that's the only way they know how to discipline. So you have, there's a lot of caveats. You have to look at that. Were they disciplining you, but they were also showing you love, right? I remember this one case. It was this father that this child disrespected his mom, and the father took the kid out to the bar, and he's like, "Hey, you ready to have a drink?" The kid didn't want to have a beer. He's like, "Dad, like, I'm too young to drink. Like, I don't like beer." I was like, "No, sure you are. You're a man. You're an adult now. You can have this drink. Let's go. You're a man." The kid didn't understand. Like, he could tell his dad what he was doing was uncanny. It didn't make sense, and he was so confused. And he's like, "You're an adult now. You called your mom a bitch. You disrespected your mother like that. So you're no longer a child. Now you're a man." And the kid freaked out, and dad punched him in the mouth. And then as he did that, he hugged him, gave him a kiss. He told him, "I love you, but don't you ever disrespect your mother like that again, or I'm going to kick your ass again." Now, I know some people might be like, "Oh, Kita, how can you stand for that?" No, you know what? I don't think that's tough love. I think that's discipline. The father loves the kid, but you do not disrespect your mother like that. It's not something that you do. Now, is that bullying? I don't think so. I don't think so. But there's many, many other cases that you can be a saint at home, and your mom and dad are still gonna give it to you because you're just not good enough. And any little thing that you do, they're gonna ridicule you, and they're gonna make you feel all sorts of shame. And that's bullying. That's the term. You grow up with that. And you don't realize later when you grow up that some people grow up with a chip on their shoulder. And sometimes that chip on the shoulder, unfortunately, means bullying other people. Making other people pay for the pain that somebody else caused you. That's not cool. That's like being in a narcissistic relationship, right? And your girlfriend cheated on you. And now you go and you get into all sorts of relationships, and you cheat on every woman that you start dating moving forward. And if they suffer, oh, it doesn't matter, because see, that girl from long ago broke my heart and cheated and lied and whatever, and now everyone has to pay. I don't know, that sounds pretty psychotic to me. That's psychotic behavior in my opinion. So the bully becomes the bully. There's some unprocessed trauma there. Guys, do not become the very same thing that destroyed you. Do not do it. Do not do it, no matter how tempting it may feel to lash back at the innocent. Remember, they're the innocent. They don't know who you are. They had nothing to do with that. Nothing to do. It's like refusing to ever date again. Okay, some people are like, "You know what, Kita? I don't even want to date again. I'm happy. I love my life." Great. I respect that. You found your calling. You found your purpose. Dating is not in the top priority list anymore. You already had kids. You're good. You don't want to do it. I respect that. But there are some people that are afraid to start dating again because they're afraid that they're going to attract another narcissist. They're afraid that they're going to be abandoned again. And it's not fair, because in a way you're punishing yourself, and you're punishing other people that could probably benefit from meeting someone like you, and they would be happy with somebody like you. But you refuse to let that happen because you've decided to close yourself off to love. And maybe your intent was not to close yourself off from love, it was to close yourself off from pain so that you can't get hurt anymore. But when you do that, you can't be loved anymore either, right? Because you're closed off. So be careful not to let these narcissist bullies ruin the rest of your life, especially when they're long gone. I know the trauma remains, the PTSD, it's a pain in the ass to deal with for a while, believe me. I went through that. It's not something you get over in a few days. It takes years. It takes years, a lot of work, a lot of resilience, and sometimes it still creeps up on you. But remember that the narcissist bully is a coward because they prey on the weak. They prey on the weak. They're not going to go and challenge somebody stronger than them. They're not going to go and try to bully someone that can whoop their ass. They're not going to go and bully someone that could basically be unfazed by their BS. They're not going to do that. They only target you when they know that they have leverage over you, or unless they're completely deranged and they think they're a god and everybody in the planet is below them. Yeah, well, these deranged losers will also try to bully you, and then they'll end up in jail because they're morons. So for the most part, a bully, especially a cyberbully, is just a coward. They have too much time on their hands to sit there and type a bunch of shit, or on their phone and type a bunch of shit. And they'll argue with you all day, and they'll do research on you, and they'll try to stalk you, they'll try to do all this shit. But to me, that's a coward. Like, that's where you're putting your energy in while you're hiding in your bunker, you little bitch. You know? So, bullying has been around for a long time. It's taken, what's the word? It's evolving. It's evolving into the cyber world that we live now, unfortunately. But it's still, excuse me, the energy behind it, it's a cowardly energy. Okay? They're trying to destroy you because they know you can't fight back. So stop being a victim. Stop considering yourself a victim. Like, you have to see yourself for the strong person that you really are, because here you have this person, this narcissist, that can't tell the truth, that can't stand up for themselves and just be honest, but they have to try and tear you down. They have to tear you down. Are you trying to tear them down? I don't think so. You're trying to make this relationship work. You love them, you're nurturing. You're trying to move forward with them. You're trying to grow, you're trying to build something. And the narcissist is lying and cheating and backstabbing you, and they're curious, like someone told me, they're curious whether or not they can get away with dating someone behind your back and having the best of both worlds. They're curious. So they'll put their relationship at risk to go and do something stupid like that. And then when they get caught and you're devastated and you're crying and you're broken up about it, now they're going to start bullying you and tearing you down even more and shifting the blame, right? They're going to put the blame on you for why they did that. First, they're going to gaslight and deny it, but then when they can't hide it anymore because it's in plain sight, even though there's some fucking people that even in plain sight they gaslight you, we're talking about those that the narcissist, once the mask comes off and it's like, hey, there's no point in continuing this masquerade, might as well just blame shift, right, and tear you down because you're too weak, you're too broken, you're in the dark, you're in the fog, you're trauma bonded, and you're gonna agree to whatever I say, because a victim who's trauma bonded, all they want is for the narcissist to come back and love them and be that person who they were during the love bombing idealization phase at the beginning. That's all they want. So the narcissist has leverage. They're stronger than you at that point. So they will bully you at that point. But when you get your strength back and you cut them off and you go no contact, they can't stand that. Now there's a shift of power. They can't stand that. And that's where you want to be. If you want to heal and move forward, that's where you need to be. You need to take that step. You need to break free, and you have to go no contact. You cannot entertain any more conversations, any more arguments. You cannot entertain any of their booby traps anymore. Once you know what you're dealing with, you know. And those games that those narcissist bullies try to play no longer work. And when the narcissist realizes they're wasting their time, when they finally realize, especially psychopaths, when they realize that it's not convenient for them, when they know beyond a doubt that what they're doing is not benefiting them in any way, they move on. Because to a psychopath, everything that they do is self-serving, especially, narcissists too, self-serving. If it's not going to benefit them in any way, if harassing you and bullying you, cyberbullying you, stalking you, if all that is not working, and they realize that it's affecting them, if they have any ounce of intelligence, they'll move away and they'll find another victim. They'll find a victim, because you're no longer a victim. They will find a victim and do that to that other person now. And they get their narcissistic supply from that. Now, there are deranged losers. There are some cases, some deranged sociopaths, that they'll keep on doing stupid shit and they will ruin their life. And they think that they're doing damage to you, but little do they know that it's not even phasing you. And you're living an amazing life. And you're actually laughing at their shit. And you're just watching them walk into their own booby traps. You're watching them. You're watching them self-destruct before your very eyes. And they think that they're winning. They think that because they're deranged. There are crazy people out there, ladies and gentlemen. There are some crazy people out there. Don't be one of them. Don't let these cyber bullies, these stalkers, these narcissist bullies mess you up like that, because they're already messed up. It's best if only they're messed up, right? Because if we're both messed up, that's not cool. Wouldn't it be better if only they were messed up? So let's just keep it that way, shall we? All right. If you want some deeper knowledge into how to deal with narcissists and how to deal with these online bullies and pathetic cowards, I do have a coaching program where I work with the survivors in this community, and we develop exit strategies to get out of relationships, how to cope with the loss, with the discard, with the harassment, with the smear campaigns, how to go no contact and stay no contact, how to move forward with your life, rebuild, heal, and live a happy, joyous, and free life. Click below. I have a link in the description where you can get more information on my coaching program to see if we're a good fit for each other. Do not hesitate to reach out. I work with hundreds of people every month. And I've met some really interesting people, and people from all over the world. This narcissist shit is not just self-contained here in America, but it's global. It's global. And it seems to be growing. And I blame social media for that. I blame social media for that. Social media is breeding a new kind of narcissist, and I'm going to make another video on that later. But reach out if you want to work directly with me. If not, I hope you get some value out of this, out of the video today. If you liked it, drop a like, and if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can get more videos like this on your feed. Until then, my name is Kira, and this is Psychopath Exposure, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.